Yo, mic check 1 2. What up, Jaden? Long time no see, man. Long time no see. You gotta come up here, throwing up in the comments, talking about the tacky Steelers. What up, Jaden? How you doing? I love pugs. Cheryl, Tweak Pat, Mark. Why? Couldn't we just be positive for once? Couldn't we be positive? Why we gotta come with some negativity? We could have just said, maybe he's the answer. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. You could have left it at that. But no, you just gotta shovel dirt. What up, the Pebble? What up, Bill? How are we doing this afternoon? I'm gonna jump right into it, man. I'm not even wasting nobody's time today. If you're here, you're here. If you're not, you're not. Is Jameis Winston the future? It's only been one game. I understand, but everybody's talking about it. Everybody. So let's get into it. Jameis Winston, in one game, he came in, and everybody is excited. Everybody's talking about Jameis Winston, 300 plus yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions is the key, but he threw a couple passes that could have been interceptions. Kyle Hamilton, one of the best safeties in the game. He had a pick right in his hands. He caught it, he dropped it, he caught it, and he dropped it. Go watch the highlights. And we could be having different kind of conversations right now if he keeps that interception. But Jameis Winston, he has a little different aura around him, right? A little excitement. His pregame speeches are around social media. Everybody's loving him. He is quoting the great Eminem in his after-game speech. But is he the answer for the Cleveland Browns? Is he the future? It depends on how long you're talking. That's the question. How long are we talking? If he can win some games this year, maybe he's a bridge quarterback. Maybe you sign him for a couple more years. Maybe you don't have to draft a quarterback this year in the draft. I know everybody's talking about first round pick. We got to get Shedeur Sanders or Ward from Miami. But maybe, just maybe, hear me out, Jameis Winston could be the guy for a couple of years. I know it's just one game. Maybe I am on my rocker. But hear me out. Jameis Winston, he can do exactly what Flacco did last year. Everybody loved Joe Flacco last year, no matter how many interceptions he threw, because he threw touchdown passes. He pushed the ball down the field. And that's exactly what Jameis Winston can do. And that's exactly what he did last game. He threw the ball down the field. He got the ball out fast, out of his hands, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Cedric Tillman, where was he at? Knock, knock. Hello. Jameis Winston comes in. Now all of a sudden, Cedric Tillman is a stud. He's a star. David Njoku is back. Look who's back. David Njoku. Welcome to the show. So maybe, just maybe, if we start winning some games, he could be maybe a 2-year bridge, maybe a 3-year bridge. Maybe he's not the long-term future, but he's a bridge future. We don't have to pray that we get and we hit on that number 1 pick. Maybe. Let's see what we got here. He did good against the Ravens. Short term. Love how we won. Famous Jameis is a good thing. That could be beneficial for our future. Not for sure the answer. Jim Donovan knocked it out of his hands, so I've been told. You could be right. Winston is such a likable QB. What up, Nelson? Just like last year when Flacco came in, it just shows that Watson is definitely needs to be done here. Mark just has to keep shoveling dirt on Watson's name. Bring on the bridge. Deion will not let Sanders come to our team. I think Russ is the future, but I don't know about Fields. Man, they both goated. Where did that come from? Did we ask about Russ, Jayden? Do we care? Win at all costs. Don't tank for a QB that nobody knows can even play. Maybe he can ride us out the Watson era and leave Deshaun on the bench. Could be the guy for a couple years. I agree. He looked good. If he continues to do good, they'll get rid of him just like they did Flacco. I don't think this time around they will. And we'll speak on that. I'm glad you said that. I think it's going to change this time. Definitely a bridge. We should start him for at least this year and next. Maybe Russell wins us. I'm glad I didn't read that. That's not happening. He's not winning you anything. Just remember he throws a lot of interceptions, just like Flacco. But listen, Browns fans should be used to that. They cheered it last year, so they should cheer it this year. They should cheer it this year too, just like they did last year, as long as he throws touchdowns. That's all that matters. Most recent teams with good QBs haven't had the first round pick. I'm listening, but I'm carving pumpkins with the kiddos. Okay. Trade for Herbert? I don't think that's an option. Jaden, stop laughing. 5 first round picks. I almost read it, Jaden. I almost did. I want to get back to Django's comment. I don't think that will happen this time around, Django. And here's why. You learn from your mistakes, right? You let Flacco go, but here's the difference. I don't know why people don't understand this. Flacco is old. He's 40. You can't do much with a 40-year-old quarterback. I know science is changing and old guys are good. There's a minimum of old guys you can roll with. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, that's where it stops. That's about it. If you want to keep going and going. Old is not in. Jameis Winston, I think he's like, what, 30? Is he 30? I don't even know if he's 30. That's number one. And number two, if he does do good, let's say he does good this year, good enough, right, to warrant starting him next year, number one, Deshaun Watson is not going to be able to play at the beginning of the year. So you're going to have to start Jameis Winston. And then number two, if Jameis Winston is playing good. Now, we've only had one sample size, one game. So I am I'm just speculating here, Django, off your going off your scenario. If he's playing good, there is no way. And I mean no way, as The Rock would say, they would bench Jameis Winston for a Deshaun Watson, one, who wasn't playing good when he got hurt. Well, he had a decent game, but he got hurt. Two, coming off an Achilles injury. We all know those aren't fun. Ask Aaron Rodgers. And three, do you know the backlash that would happen if you have a quarterback that's balling, per se, and then you bench him for a quarterback who really hasn't proven anything up to this point? It'd be over. It would be over. It would be anarchy. So I think the scenario was way different. 30-year-old, 39-year-old, coming off an injury midway through the season, no camp, no off season. It's not going to happen. In my humble opinion, they can't do the same thing twice. He is 30 years old. Thank you for checking. Sorry I didn't make it on Sunday, Corey, but I called the Browns winning on your post. Guess I'm going to call it again. Browns to the Super Bowl. Do you think the Steelers are going to be at the top? I don't know. I couldn't say. His one sample is better than all the Watson samples? I wouldn't say all of them. The Ravens sample was pretty good. But I love what I've seen out of Jameis Winston. Now, I didn't listen, we got to keep a buck. He threw a couple of passes that should have been picked. I got to be honest. He threw a couple of passes that should have been intercepted, but they weren't because Jim Donovan, whoever said it in the comments, knocked it out of the hand. There was a couple of picks he should have thrown, but you're going to have it. Listen, Joe Flacco and they're the same type of quarterback. So we got to be used to it. They're going to give you the great stuff and they're going to give you some bad stuff. You got to live with it. They're gunslingers. They're not shy. They're going to throw the ball down the field. You giveth and they taketh away. They're not shy. This is what you get. Winston's only 1 year older than Watson. So Watson's 29. Okay. Did you mention my dad on the stream? I love The Rock. If Watson actually makes it back on the team, I'm buying a Buccaneers t-shirt. Oh, he's going to make it back on the team. I don't think he's going to play, but he'll be back. We're going to the Super Bowl. Stop it. Stop. One game at a time. We should take Bernie Kosar out of retirement. Lamar almost had 3 to 4 picks. He did. He had a drop touchdown too. Thank you, Bateman. I like you. They didn't because he had Donovan and God on his side. Unwavering faith. Famous Jameis will get us to the. Okay. All right. Okay. Listen, it's one game. Here, we got to stop this. This is where disappointment sets in. Corey, do you think Watson's done in Cleveland? I think he is. From all transparency, I think he is. I'm just saying his contract is still there. So he will be here. I don't think he's going to play another down in Cleveland. Let me be real, because I am real. I don't think he's going to play another down, in my humble opinion. Just me, though. I like a QB that can be a leader and set the tone. Listen, he's the best leader we've had in the past 2 or 3 years. The best leader. Hands down. Nobody's been better. Even with Watson playing bad, the guy had 4 major injuries, torn ACL, fractured shoulder, and tore his Achilles. The guy's done. It's sad way. It's sad way. It is sad. I still believe they have a chance to make the playoffs. Of course you have a chance. You always have a chance until you're eliminated. To get to Super Bowl will be the most Browns thing ever. It would be. I doubt it would happen. Our O-line wanted to block for him. I don't believe they didn't want to block for Watson. I think Jameis helped himself by getting rid of the football quickly. Getting rid of the football helps your offensive line. Running around doesn't help. Winston and Jarvis Landry would feed families in the locker room. That is a fact. Jameis Winston. I didn't watch him every game in New Orleans. I didn't watch every game in Tampa Bay. But I do know he can throw for a lot of yards. He can throw some touchdowns. He can throw some interceptions. What I don't want to hear from Browns fans when he throws that interception is, where is DTR? That's what I don't want to hear. Okay? We have got to support somebody at some point in some time. I don't want to hear, where's DTR, the first interception from Jameis Winston, because he's going to throw one. All right, Corey, I'm going to head out. All love. Hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, always keep grinding, man, and always keep God first. Love you too, Jaden. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for taking part of your busy day to join this lowly, low-time streamer named Corey on Sports. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Have a good one, dog. Where's Bailey Zappi? Yeah, that's going to be next. Watch. DTR is our Anthony Richardson. Is that a good thing? Is that a good thing? I hope not. I don't think that's a compliment. Is that a compliment, chat? Is that a compliment? Is he dissing DTR? I don't like DTR slander. I like DTR. I like DTR. No DTR slander. Loud here. All right. Now, back to the question. I listen. I know it's one game, and I know I'm probably speaking off of emotion. But if I had it my way, I hope Jameis Winston can be the next Geno Smith. And if you don't know what that means, everybody casted away Geno Smith like he was no one. He's not good. He's terrible. He sucks. He's never going to make it again. And now look what he's done in Seattle. He's a starter. They had faith in him when they traded Russell Wilson away to the Denver Broncos. Now he hasn't got him to a Super Bowl or anything like that. But what I'm saying is he has been a valuable starting quarterback for the Seahawks. They haven't had to draft a quarterback, and they have done very well for themselves. I hope Jameis Winston can do that for the Cleveland Browns, but only better than that. That's what I'm hoping that can happen. So we can win some football games, get back into contention, and don't have to rebuild. Everybody wants to rebuild. Well, can we turn him into a draft pick? No, I don't want to turn him into a draft pick. I want to win football games now while we have the talent, while we have Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Nick Chubb, Grant Delpit, Juan Thornhill, Obo, Zadarius Smith, Wyatt Teller, Joel Bitonio. While we have these guys here, I want to win now. I don't want to rebuild. I am hoping he can be a better version of Geno Smith. That's what I want for Jameis Winston. Now, that's what I want. Will it happen? I don't know. Let's see. What did I miss? You're a great streamer for such a small one. And I appreciate that. I agree, but if he struggles, I believe they would love to see what they got in DTR. I hope he doesn't struggle, Mark. What I hope is the fans give him a chance, Mark, because he's going to turn the ball over. I hope they don't turn on him quickly. Unwavering faith, Super Bowl incoming. You're still the man, Corey. Resource. You're still the man, Corey. Resource. Respect your content. Thank you, Mysterio. Anthony Richardson got benched for Joe Flacco. Is it official? Did they bench him? If you do, you can't go back. That's damaging to a young man's psyche. He's not the answer. Why do you say he's not the answer, Mysterio? Aren't you a Ravens fan? First of all, aren't you a Ravens fan? Why am I asking a Ravens fan a question about my Cleveland Browns? Why? Isn't Baker still throwing interceptions in the Atlanta game? Didn't he just throw another one? I swore he did. Consistency. Thank you for the $10 donation, my guy.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, Denzel Ward, he is scaring me with all the concussions. He is scaring me, ladies and gentlemen. I hope he's okay. If we rebuild, I'll be in my 60s when they get good again. I really wish this fan base would stop requesting a rebuild or people's head at the first sight of trouble. Pebble, say it again. Say it again, man. Finally, somebody that gets it. Holy crap. I am so sick of people wanting to rebuild at the hint of controversy. Fire them. Lord, say it again. It is official. He got benched. Mysterio, I know you are. I'm messing with you, man. I'm messing with you because you brought up Baker. You know when you bring up Baker, Mysterio, I'm coming for you. It's all love. I know you're a Ravens fan, man, and I can't believe we won. You know I'm messing with you. Whenever somebody brings up Baker, you know I'm coming for you. Wow. Anthony Richardson got benched. He was playing like a bag of grass. Wow. Lamar isn't the answer either. He hasn't won. Whoa. Nelson. I would take Lamar Jackson right now on my team. I would take him right now in a heartbeat. I don't care. I'm not that guy. I will take him right now. The good young guys are showing it quickly, like a few games. Is Tillman like the next Nico Collins, Mike Evans? We'll have to see. All you need is a quarterback that will get you the ball. And y'all know, this is why I think Jameis Winston, listen, I know it's one game. He could come out next game and not be as good. I'm not going to sit here and throw him to the wolves. But we've seen the potential last game against the Ravens. Look at what he did. He took an offense that was the worst in the league, couldn't get past 20 points, no matter what they did. He made Elijah Moore look like a wide receiver again. Nobody knew where Elijah Moore was. He made Cedric Tillman look like Andrew Berry's best wide receiver draft pick. He woke up David Njoku again. Hello, where's David Njoku? Oh, here he is. He made the line look like, oh, our line does know how to block again. All in one game. And guess what? Ken Dorsey is the best play caller in the history of sports, is what I see on Twitter. He's the best play caller. Oh my God, Ken Dorsey. We should have did this years ago. Thank God. Wait a minute. There was a guy that everybody loved last year named Joe Flacco, and they praised Joe Flacco. I didn't hear one time somebody say, great play calling, Kevin Stefanski. Not one time did I hear that. That seems kind of hypocritical to me, because he was calling plays last year when Joe Flacco was lighting up the scoreboards and it was all Joe Flacco. Now, when Ken Dorsey takes over with Jameis Winston, he's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not saying Ken Dorsey didn't do a good job, but what I'm saying is, what's the common denominator in the offense that was being bad, that's no longer on the field? That's all I'm saying. So we got to give credit where credit is due. Yes, he did a good job, but last year when this was happening, nobody gave Kevin any credit. So now let's try to throw this dude in the trash when Ken Dorsey comes on and calls it a good game with Jameis Winston. That's all I'm saying. You take Watson out, you bring Winston in. Everybody wants to praise Ken Dorsey. I'm not saying he didn't do a good job, but let's not take a poop on Kevin Stefanski while doing it. But I think I'm the only one that is going to yell from the rooftop of giving Kevin Stefanski credit. I will criticize him, but I will give him credit too, because I feel like that's the fair thing to do. But nobody wants to do that around here. It seems like it. Anyways, imagine the Browns with Lamar. Yeah. Man, listen. I'm going to tell you what. People like to hate on Lamar and call him a running back. I will take that running back on my team any day of the week. Realistically speaking, when is the last time 4 pass catchers on the Browns each had 60 yards in a single game? Jix? I have no clue, man. That will be a hard one for me to go and look up. That's a very good question. One faith, one love team. Let's go Browns. Dewan did. Yes, Dewan did good too. He did. Tough to say how much Dorsey did. Two variables in the equation. That's a good point. I think he did call a good game. I'm not trying to take anything away from Ken Dorsey, but all I am saying is let's not put a trash bag on Kevin Stefanski. Stefanski is a good coach. I feel like Kevin never gets the flowers he should from his own fan base, but once he does one thing they don't like, he has no passion. The Pebbles, thank you. I'm glad I'm not going insane. I feel like I am going insane sometime because it seems like when one thing goes bad, it's all Kevin Stefanski. But when everything goes good, crickets. Crickets. It's Jim Schwartz. It's Joe Flacco. It's Amari Cooper. Look at David Njoku. Crickets. But when it goes bad, it's all Kevin. Wish we had the Browns defense. Kevin probably was the one who talked with the O-line about the penalties. I just hated Stefanski's play calling because he was so predictable at times. Lamar is good and he understands the game. Lamar Jackson, I think, looking from the outside in, I think he's so good now that I don't think he gets judged in the regular season no more. I think he's gotten to the point where he's going to have to prove it in the playoffs. So I think that's what's happening with Lamar Jackson. He is so good that if you look at his numbers now, people are just like, oh, I didn't know he was doing that good. Look at his numbers. Before he came into last game, I think he was leading the league in something in passing. I don't remember. I know Baker had it in touchdowns, but his efficiency rate was off the chain. Him and Todd Monken are just doing an amazing job in Baltimore. They had won 5 in a row before we beat them. But people are like, oh, he's a running back. I'll take that running back on my team. They're a rival, but I still respect good football players. But I think he has made the point now where they're like, I don't care what he does in the regular season. It's about the playoffs. They did it with Peyton Manning. Tom Brady got to a point that did it with him. So I get it, but still, you have to give credit when credit is due. In my humble opinion, I'm a football fan too, not just Cleveland. I like football. I want us to get to the point where they don't care about us in the regular season. I want to the point where we have players where like, you know what? I don't care what they do in the regular season. The playoffs is when it matters. That's true, Corey. Thank you, Mysterio. Browns fans have had a bad relationship with coaches over the years. Now we have a good coach and people don't know how to act. Let Stefanski cook. Thank you, Nelson. Thank you, Moment of Zed. Crazy but true. Mahomes had worse stats than Watson, and the Chiefs are somehow undefeated. That's called a great team. Mahomes had 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions, and they're undefeated going into last game. Let that sink in. And nobody batted it an eye. 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, and they're undefeated. Let that sink in. And nobody batted an eye. Why? Because he has built up that clout with the fan base, with football fans in general. It's Patrick Mahomes. He'll get it together. Their defense is that good now. Remember the Chiefs didn't have a defense? Now their defense is that good that he can have 6 touchdowns and 8 interceptions and it doesn't matter. They win football games. They got Kareem Hunt, which we shouldn't have let him go. Now, if you want to criticize for that, go ahead. Now they got Kareem Hunt running the football. Pacheco got hurt. All right, we'll just go get Hunt. Andy Reid can coach his butt off. They're still winning football games with Patrick Mahomes playing like his brother. It's crazy. Or they'll say he's lower in one meaningless stat. Right. So yeah, I mean, but listen, we got to take one game at a time. We're playing the Los Angeles Chargers Sunday. We're going to see what happens. I don't know who I'm going to pick at this point because I'm still scared and I'm still nervous. I don't know if Denzel Ward's going to play. Denzel Ward out of the lineup on defense means everything. Greg Newsome, his best ability is celebrating. Let's just call it what it is. I'm not a hater. I'm just speaking facts. That's his best ability. Martin Emerson he's fell off a little bit. I don't know what's going on. Quarterbacks are attacking Martin Emerson. Without Denzel Ward back there, Cameron Mitchell's going to have to step up. Makes me nervous. Without Denzel Ward, if he's not going to play Sunday, I don't know. We have a little bit of life in the offense now. We're a little bit excited. Nick Chubb, he's going to get better and better game by game. Any football player who misses the year of football, they're going to have to get back. I don't know about Joke either. Is J-O-K okay? I said joke. Shut up, Corey. Is J-O-K okay? I don't know. They said he's walking again. That's good. Will he be able to play football? Of course, his health is more important than football. But once he went off the field, you've seen the shift in the defense. You can argue he was the best player on the field on the defensive side of the football. Obviously, Myles Garrett gets the most attention. If you watch the last play of the game, they had 3 people blocking Myles Garrett. And people go, where's Myles at? Well, Baltimore knows where he's at. They're blocking him, okay? Don't worry about where he's at. Baltimore's got him. So is J-O-K going to play? The offense may have to put up some points if you're missing J-O-K and you're missing Denzel Ward. That's 2 pieces. That's huge. So next time you ask where's Myles at, the line knows where he's at. Let's see. Yeah, that was stupid. Not to resign Hunt. If I had to pick one loss for the Browns for this 8-1 destiny, I'd have to pick the Chiefs. Chiefs got a super team. Ward and Joke out is bad for the defense. At least they got Thornhill and Delpit are playing good. Are they officially out? Are they officially out? Jix? Oh, who said that? I'm sorry. Yeah, you did. Are they officially out? They always hold Garrett. What can he do? I see the Browns getting the 7-6, which would include us sweeping the Steelers. I don't mind if Kansas City lost to retool and come back and beat the Bengals and then close out. 10-6. No, 7-6. We got some games. We got some games there, B Scrolls. What's going on after that? When Joke went out for the game, Lamar had like 30 rushing yards, which shows how much of an impact on defense. Facts. Is Mahomes declining? Trade him to the Browns for a 4. I'm with you. Nelson. Nelson, he's lost it. He is washed. Mahomes is washed. Trade him to us. We'll give you Deshaun, a 4th-round pick, and our strength and conditioning coach. Deal. No, not officially. But just in case they are out, that's bad news. Got you. AAA, what up? You are so late, AAA. You are so late. You have missed everything. AAA. You've missed the whole stream at this point. We know he's not in decline, Skinner. It's a joke. It's a joke, Skinner. You gotta joke with us, man. You gotta joke with us. Man. I have not been watching the Cavs. I have not. I have seen they have been on a roll. The Pebble. Some Cleveland fans have been making me upset. I don't think they deserve the Cavs to be winning. I'm going to be honest with you. Not you, but some Cleveland fans. When they cheered for a man to be injured, I don't think they deserve the Cavs to be winning like they are. I'm still mad about that. I am. I know it was a small portion, but I'm still mad that I have to be associated with a fan base who cheered for a man to be injured. It still irks me. So when I see them cheering the Cavs, I'm like, no, you need to go cheer the Detroit Pistons because they suck. That's where you belong. Cheering for a team that is terrible. It irks me. And I know it was a small section of fans, and I get it, but it still irks my soul. I don't think one fan in any form of life should root for an injury because you are purposely rooting for another human being to get hurt. It irks my soul. But what can I do? I can't do anything about it. Okay, Skinner. Good. I'm glad you know we were joking. Start the narrative. Mahomes wash. Trade for Watson. And listen, Pebble. Listen. And the strength and conditioning coach. Okay, we're going to and a 4th round pick. We're throwing some stuff to you, man. You're embarrassed. Me too. Columbus Blue Jackets are doing pretty good. And the Guardians had a hell of a year. Cheering for a dude to get hurt ain't it, but I hope we can get past that as a whole and just be better. Listen, Jameis Winston is a better person than me. Did you see his press conference? Bringing the fans back together, winning for the fans. How do you not root for this dude? He's a better human than me. You don't want me on that press conference. The fans would hate me. They would hate me. Who is this guy? They would hate me if I was on that press conference. I want every name. Write them down. Who cheered for him to get hurt? You get those names. Get them for me. Write them down. They would hate me. Jameis Winston, I'm telling you right now, if you can't root for this guy, I don't know if you like football or if you like Cleveland. I just don't know. If you can't root for Jameis Winston, I don't know what to tell you. This dude wants me. He makes me want to run through a wall when I watch his pre-game speeches. And if you ever watch one, look at David Njoku when he's giving his pregame speech. David Njoku is ready to go to play for Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston is the best leader at quarterback the Browns have had since I can remember. Better than Deshaun by far. Better than Baker Mayfield by far. And he's only started one game. One game. He's got these dudes ready to play. Better than Case Keenum by far. I can't think of any other quarterbacks that I've been, since doing this streaming thing. Of course, Bernie and all them. I'm not counting them. I'm talking about recency. What I'm talking about. Corey, I have a thought. What if Watson is the backup next season? And since his fan base loves backups, maybe he will come in next year and play as good as our other backups. What up, NIG? Cleveland for life. You think it's a backup thing? Huh? Maybe you're on to something. Maybe you got to be a backup to be good in Cleveland. Winston's a likable person. Do I remember Bottlegate? I do. But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. That's a different situation. This is an injury. This is one of your own. There is no way you should be cheering. In my humble opinion. But NIG, evidently, I don't know humans. I thought humans had a heart. What do I know? They don't. They don't have a heart. Yay, a man's injured. I'm so happy. A guy came in here and said, thank God. He thanked God. He prayed for this. He Drew McIntyre. If not for the injury, we lose that game. Didn't we lose that game when he got injured? I think we lost. We lost that game. So he got injured and we lost the game. After watching that game on Sunday, I seen the total difference between how they want to play for Winston than how they play for Watson, but I definitely didn't wish he got injured. Even our tackles now look motivated to tackle. Our tackles look motivated to tackle. Yeah. So we're going to see you on Sunday, though. We're going to see you on Sunday because teams are going to be ready for Jameis Winston now. So they're going to be ready. Jameis is coming. They're like, all right, okay, Jameis Winston, you and your pregame speeches. We're ready. You're not catching us off guard. So it's going to be funny. It's going to be fun. But yeah. Oh, you think we lose the Ravens game? Oh yeah, we probably do. It still doesn't make it right to cheer. I don't care. That doesn't make it right. Well, we would have lost. Yes, we would have lost if he didn't get hurt. But you still don't cheer. Doesn't make it right. Would we have lost? Sure. Still don't cheer. The one team that probably take game one, Deshaun, is Tennessee. I don't know. What about Will Levis? Get ready for the moon balls. Oh, the moon balls are back, ladies and gentlemen. Django's right. Get ready for the moon balls. They are back. Whether we catch them or we don't, they are back. Lasers and moon balls are back in effect. Get your emotes ready. Get them ready. We're back in action. But that's going to be it for me. Just wanted to hop on here, talk about, is Jameis the future? If you missed anything in the stream, you can always watch it over on the replay. When we talked about Jameis being the future, is he? Is he not? Could he be the next Geno Smith? Maybe a little bit better. Maybe he's the bridge gap. JW does not care our team or the other. He gonna throw him. So yeah, I appreciate you all for coming through. Until next time, you know the drill. It's all love. Peace.